I'm Steve Schroeder. I'm the airport manager here for Roben-Hood Airport in the city of Big Rapids. Big Rapids is just about an hour north of Grand Rapids, just off of 131. The airport's actually located to the north of the city, about 18-mile road to Northland Drive.
It's a general aviation, a GA airport. Most everybody here has their own plane. We don't have scheduled airlines out of here or anything like that. We get charters in here, and we've consistently got more and more charter activity here. Bigger jets, biz jets, people with, we have a lot of hunters that come in here, Houston, Atlanta, and that's just increased. We can see that increasing. So the airport has a good reputation for service, and we have everything that everybody needs here.
We range anywhere from general aviation, piston-driven type airplanes, similar to like a Cessna, 172, all the way up through corporate type jets. We can take medium-sized corporate aircraft here. Hopefully the long-term projection is to have a little bit of a longer runway. If that does get accomplished, we'll see a little larger aircraft there to be able to serve even more businesses and charter services in the area.
Business leaders value having an airport like ours available, and so we see that frequently.
The majority of our business partnerships that we have here at the airport would be businesses that utilize aviation for their activities. So whether they have a business trip, meetings out of state, coordination of resources, they would utilize the airport here to expedite that. A lot of times it's a lot faster to fly to a different state, of course, than it is to drive. So therefore it's more efficient for businesses, tends to save the business some money being able to do that.
We are able to provide those services to people who may come in on a weekend or after hours, in the middle of the night sometimes, and our staff really goes above and beyond.
We want people out here to see what their taxpayer money's doing. Again, we have just tons of people that are either buying fuel, they're going in town and they're shopping, they're going in town and they're eating, they're going to local businesses. It's a great little airport for this town.
Having the city control it helps them because they have control of the fuel. We bring in a lot of planes that just stop for fuel here. The city gets the profit off the fuel that way. The city has just hands-on.
We have a great crew here. All of us that work here are just positive people, like people, and so it's a very fun, it's hard to call it a job.
And we're just one big community. And what's good for the city is good for the township, and likewise, whatever is good for the township is good for the city.
It's the city's airport. This is a public building, so we encourage people to come out. We love to take people around and show them what we have here.
There are also recreational pilots that frequent our airport that own and operate aircraft on their own and have hangars out at the airport who do it, again, in a recreational format. And many of those are very fond of what we have and the services we provide. Now, one thing that you'll hear across the board is the service aspect that we have that really many don't. The friendliness, the attention to detail, the facilities are something that we're really proud of here.
One of the things that tends to set us aside and makes us very prideful of our airport is the fact of the services that we do offer. So a pilot can come in, get the services they need, maybe some fuel, use our courtesy car to go downtown, but also maybe they just would like a cup of coffee and a cookie after a long flight.
We have a lot of people that fly in just to visit. We always have cookies here, we always have coffee here, and they know it. I think that's why we have a lot of people come in. There's always dessert here.
People go out of their way, if you provide service like we have, to utilize that. And we've seen that and experienced it and heard from many pilots and others how what we have is unique and special. And we really feel that way.
I think it's important that the community understands what the airport can provide to a community. Sometimes you don't necessarily, you drive past it, you look down at the farming fields here, the runways, but you don't necessarily know everything that's going on. And that's one thing that I'd like to be able to share with the community, is to understand exactly what the benefits are. We have a couple big events that we do, Airfest being one of them in the summer here, you know, where we actually have a fly-in in the morning. It's a pancake breakfast. Airplanes come in, allows pilots to sit and visit with each other and have some pancakes, a good meal. And then at the same time, it allows the community to come in and actually see the hangars and the services on field and get a look at those airplanes.
They've had pilots from all over fly in here for different events. And it's been fun to see some of the old planes even they've had in there.
It's a fun day. It's right in the middle of summer. It's always the end of June. And it's usually very warm out here, but it does make for a very nice event. We also do a present delivery around Christmas time. Pilots actually fly presents in from Pontiac Airport, and they land here, and they're met with by local volunteers who then deliver them to the community.
The Big Rapids is a regional center. You know, it's the only city in Mecosta County, and the county seat, the home of the county's largest employer, Ferris State University, as well as many leading industrial powers that really deal on a global scale, are right here in Big Rapids.
We have businesses in town that do utilize aviation as an option for coming in for a meeting or wondering what kind of products they, you know, showing off products that they might offer and things like that. We see it's really a wide variety of different reasons to come to the airport.
They're staying in hotels, they're renting, you know, enterprise cars, they're meeting with, there's a lot of manufacturing in this town, a lot of that type of business.
Another big use of the airport is Ferris. Ferris has people coming to visit. They love to fly into the airport. It's handy. I know that there's different parents that just fly in to see their kids.
Actually, we have a number of people that come in here, and this is small guys, for lunch.
The restaurants downtown, we've got people that fly into the airport just to come and eat.
We have a courtesy car here for pilots, and if they call and say we'd like to use the car, we'd like to go down to Raven for lunch, we'll reserve it for them. They come in, go shop. So our courtesy car is a huge draw for the smaller guys especially.
It's something that is you know, not just important to people who live in town, it's important to everybody who's affiliated with this area. And you know, we have high aspirations and are proud to be the home of Ferris State University, frankly, and think that our future is bright, really, for what Big Rapids can be and will be in the future.
You'll love it here in the city of Big Rapids. You'll love it here at Roben-Hood Airport. One of the things that tends to set us aside and makes us very prideful of our airport is the fact of the services that we do offer. So a pilot can come in, get the services they need, maybe some fuel, use our courtesy car to go downtown, but also maybe they just would like a cup of coffee and a cookie after a long flight.
I started here in September of 2009 as the office manager, which I made up that title for myself because I didn't know what to call me. So it sounded good and we just kept that there. Any kind of reporting, paperwork, collecting, sending invoices out, collecting money is my real job. But I spend a lot of time talking and drinking coffee. This is a small team here, it always has been. We've got the airport manager, we have Kendra Whipple and Isaac Knox and myself, and Dave Bordano is our aircraft mechanic. Kendra and Isaac are our field people, and they take care of everything outside this door. They take care of all the fuel, they take care of the runway, all the lights are all working, the lawn's mowed, the hangars are clean, they take care of everything, and they're wonderful.
Our current runway, our main runway is 927. That points the directional area, you know, as far as on a compass. And it is 4,300 feet by 75 feet wide.
We have everything that everybody needs here also. We've got the right fuel, we've got the right fuel delivery system, we have hangars that they can get their pretty little aircraft into, so it's got a good reputation for being a small airport. We've got 100 low lead, which is what most of your single piston planes would run on, turboprops, and jets run on Jet A, and the newer planes have what they call single point. So you take a big hose, it's kind of like a big vacuum hose, and you hook it into the plane down low and hit a dead man switch and it just fills it up. Where in the past you have to climb up on a ladder and you overwing the fuel nozzle, the openings are up on top of the wing, you got to climb up and fuel it, and there's just less chance for error on a single point. And so a lot of these people, it's a small airport and we have single point, and that's kind of a big deal. We have hangars for rent. There are 4 hangars here that are privately built, and they have a land lease with the city. The city built a new hangar down there. It's a big 3-bay hangar, big. It takes corporate jets, and it's big enough for that type of a thing. And then we have a hangar that is for lease, but we use it for transient things that come in, like the hunters that come in and they don't want their baby out in the snow or something, so they can go inside of a hangar and be all toasty and warm.
We have business hours, posted business hours, and yep, you can come into the terminal, it's unlocked, there's always somebody here.
Everybody here is super. Like I said, they're happy to be here, and it shows.
The airport's grown as needed, as the services were needed here on field, starting with a grass runway, going to this paved 4,300-foot strip that services the business community and corporate traffic. And I would see that continue as the city of Big Rapids continues to grow, as more industry comes in, as maybe opportunities that we don't even know about yet. As those come, I hope that we have the opportunity to continue to expand to provide those kind of services.
Business leaders throughout this country, and globally for that matter, if they're coming to visit you, they're coming by airplane.
It offers a good opportunity where somebody might want to fly in, have the opportunity to go to a nice dinner in the downtown district, do some shopping, visit a student at Ferris State University. Certainly have a lot of golf clubs and things nearby, so people fly in for that and the ranches. It does help with the tourism industry.
What we have now is something that many communities are envy. The amount of traffic, the amount of business, the staff, the dedication to service, the things that we provide are things that you don't find everywhere. And again, that's something we're excited about. The mayor and commission are excited about, and we think it's really big for not just Big Rapids, 4.5 square miles that is the city of Big Rapids. It's really a regional airport at this point. So folks from Osceola County and beyond come here, use our services, and that's good for everybody, really.
It's just great to have an airport that size. It'd be nice to even have one a little bit bigger. We've got a lot of industry in the area that uses planes for transportation as far as for freight, and even a longer runway would help us right now.
We're at 4,300 feet in the main east-west runway, and want to get that out to 5,000 feet. And in doing that, you have to justify to the powers that be that the airport is needed and has a certain amount of traffic and so forth. And a part of that is they do a study on the economic benefit of the airport. And we've been at this for a while. We've had one version of the report, and in that one, they had over $400 million attributed financially to this region because of the Roben-Hood Airport. The reality of it is businesses, and especially some of the major employers both in Osceola County and Mecosta County, would not be here without access to an airport like we have.
I do keep track on the courtesy car usage, and I am nosy, and I'll ask, well, where'd you go? Did you get something to eat? And so I keep track so I can tell crankers, you had 50 people flying last year that came and went to your restaurant, or I can tell Blue Cow, you had this many people come in that just went specifically to your place to spend money. So there's a nice benefit there.
One thing for us is we have the industrial park that surrounds the airport, at least on the west side. And we're trying to sell lots there, and it's a lot easier if someone wants to build a commercial, if there is airport in the area. And that's one thing we always hear, how close are you to the airport, which is right in our backyard.
We are excited about new opportunities, what the airport offers and provides to the whole community, not just the city and its residents, but businesses throughout the county and the region. It's a great asset for all of us, really.